Take me to Trier, Germany.
What's in Trier?
I'm looking for somebody. That's all you need to know.
What's the name? I've been to Trier many times.
It wouldn't be wise for me to discuss it. Let's go.
As you wish. How fortunate that we found each other. We both lost someone, but now, with each other's help, maybe our luck will change.
I heard that some of the striking workers broke into a meeting and kidnapped Her Holliness. Can you believe it?
Good luck with your search. Whenever I'm looking for someone in Trier, I start at the Nine Worlds Tavern on the west side of the city. Your odyssey is beginning to intrigue me, Alex.
Sorry. No access to the Black Gate without the proper clearance.
Is something going on?
Nah, it's just another part of the citywide lockdown, along with the curfews, to try to regain control after the riots broke out at Panzerworks.
How can I get the clearance to other parts of Trier?
Wish I could help. If you have a problem with the new policies, talk to someone at the SSC station across the square. No one's allowed past this point without the proper soft key ID.
This is SSC headquarters for Trier.
Live from Cairo, where the headmaster of a Tarsus Academy has been taken into SSC custody. Parents are in an uproar over the discovery that Silas Archer was actually a member of the fanatic anti-biomodification group, the Knights Templar. He has been working undercover at the school, with designs on a number of the top students. Apparently, he had orders to murder these children. Fortunately, his plan was uncovered in time.
Excuse verstanden wir.
The commander can answer your questions.
If anybody screwed up today, it was us. Security.
Name and business, please.
Alex D. Who are you?
Vera Maxwell, Executive Commander for the SSC.
For Trier?
No, globally. We're taking these summit preparations very seriously. You and the other delegates will be able to conduct your business without any distractions.
Are the leaders planning to hold a press conference or anything?
Not today, but Chairman Dumier would like to speak with you. He's in the interrogation room upstairs. Don't worry, no one's going to get interrogated. Just a safety precaution. Mr. Dumier will remain in the protected compartment for his own safety.
give those border freaks what they deserve.
Trier is your home. Surely you must have some insight into why they would kidnap your lady, Her Holiness. She is practically a patron saint in this district.
Indeed. The people here are very devout.
Was it the strikers, the Panzerworks Union? I thought they were friends of the church.
I'm afraid that in Trier, even the most faithful are less than pleased by the appearance of their spiritual leader partnering with the WTO.
Your followers must understand the need for dialogue.
I've done my best to explain this summit to them. Frankly, it seems unlikely even to me that the church followers will ever countenance the closed, monolithic communities of the WTO. But I suppose that's a matter for the wise discretion of Her Holiness.
Yes, it is. If she is still alive.
Let's pray that she is.
I appreciate your candor, Luminon. Now, if you'll excuse me. Alex, let's talk. Meet me at the visitation room down the hall.
I heard about you guys. Some sort of special ops unit, I guess.
Until further notice, Mr. Dumier will conduct business only from behind a secure barrier.
Hello there. Alex, from the Tarsus program, right? Good work on the interrogation of Dr. Nassif in Cairo. Teleportation, is it? Apostle Corps must have a line on some alien technology.
It does sound a little far-fetched.
Well, if we're lucky, you'll be giving the portal a test drive before too long. Good to have you with us. I had my staff procure this extra biomod canister so that you might be a more effective operative.
Thanks. Apostle Corps must be a pretty serious threat to be a concern to the director of the WTO.
I've been following the Apostle Corps investigation very closely. Your loyalty in this matter would be a great asset. However, we have a more pressing crisis. Her Holiness is missing, along with my security chief, Donna Morgan. I can't be distracted right now.
Anything I can do to help?
You came to Trier looking for a certain Apostle Corps official. I need you to stay focused on that objective for right now. If I find out that one of these strikers from Panzerworks hurt Her Holiness, though, I might have a slightly more dangerous assignment for you.
I understand.
If anything happens to Her Holiness, I don't want to imagine what will become of the older church.
It's true that SSC's performance so far has been less than adequate.
No distractions, please.
Never have jammed those actuators at Panzerworks and stolen that shipment of welders. Now you will pay.
I keep telling you, we stole nothing.
How stupid do you think we are? Every day we hear the order accuse Panzerworks of poisoning the river.
We never stole from you. We only employed the necessary tactics to stop you from harming the natural order.
Enough of this garbage. We know what you did, and now you are going to regret it.
I am going to put this.
Here we go. It'll take more than that. Coward!
Looking good, looking good.
I hear you!
get busy!
This is SSC headquarters for...
Oh God, I'm hit!
I don't know how much more of this I can take. Her Holiness watches over.
You won't get away with this!
Oh.
Body.
I'm on it.
A corpse.
You won't get away with this!
He's dead. We've got to do something!
Comes to Trier to make peace, and her gesture is answered with rioting.
Panzerworks did not take kindly to our efforts to open their eyes to the harm they are causing the Earth.
What can we do? I worry for the safety of Her Holiness.
Have faith. This must be
I'm on
part
it.
of some greater order we cannot yet see.
You see anything, you just take it down.
Not now, friend. We are discussing the crisis. The Panzerworks factory has erupted into a riot, and the violence is spreading.
I just saw one of your seekers being attacked by a couple factory workers.
Was there nothing you could do? We're all in danger now. Panzerworks has erupted into a riot just as Her Holiness arrived in Trier to try to soothe tensions between our church members and the factory's workers.
The WTO and Order have long been at odds. Why the sudden flare-up in Trier?
We've been trying to persuade Panzerworks to stop polluting this region and restore to nature what is rightfully hers.
But don't the locals depend on the factory for jobs?
We can have jobs and sustainability at the same time. We tried to make this point in our peaceful protests according to Luminon Saman's orders.
Didn't these protests end up shutting down the factory several times?
Some machines were damaged, but no living beings were harmed.
Still, vandalism's a crime, right?
Only if preceded by an impure motivation. However, since Saman's tactics were not working, Her Holiness came to Trier to try and reach some form of truce. Now we have no idea where she is.
Really? Maybe I should look into this.
I got the job done and chased off that bloodthirsty miscreant. Meanwhile, Louise's been accused of theft, which is ridiculous. I'll find out what this is about.
We were only following Luminon Saman's directives. We had no idea it would come to this.
You make a lot...
Hey, the Nine Worlds is a no-weapon zone, strictly enforced since the riots.
So you want me to disarm in the middle of a war zone?
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation procedure before entry. I'll transmit the encrypted safety lock bytecode, which will effectively freeze all your weapons. Sensors at the exit will automatically reactivate everything you're carrying when you leave.
Here you go.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on in.
A member of the Order. Are you at the summit?
Certainly not. I live here in Trier. Seekers here don't care very much for this notion of a summit.
Why not?
We have heard Luminon Saman's call for a return to scripture. In this shard, we read the scripture, the original word of Her Holiness. Not what she says for the camera today, or tomorrow, or 2 weeks ago.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? That's exactly the attitude that opens the door to tyranny in a free state. Remembering only what was said on the last talk show. What's the value of a free press when attention spans are so short?
I was just curious about the summit. Sorry to interrupt.
Her Holiness and Chairman Dumier are making a business deal. It may bring money, it may bring power, but it won't bring balance into the lives of ordinary people. If Her Holiness thinks she can put us all into a great pre-collapse wealth-making machine, she must think she's a god.
Sid Black, how'd you end up in Trier?
This way and that. Thought I could catch some business when the summit breaks up. Seen the sights, yeah? Don't mind doing local hops in between stock beer.
How much?
Any hops during the next 24 hours, just 50% more than the going rate for one hop. You can't beat that in this market.
I'll let you know.
Local hop.
I'll let you...
sure you're locked up?
Noah Guevara has been in my family for 3 generations. I've been locking up since I was a boy.
I told you, those weapon mods are stolen. They don't belong in a display case on the side of the road.
The last place I saw these will look is a Noah Guevara shop. I am a respected businessman.
I'll just be glad when we can make the drop for the Omar.
You must be in town for the summit.
We're having a private conversation.
Strangers welcome. Just don't make any speeches.
Alex D. A welcome encounter.
How's the search coming?
I've made some discoveries. I think that you've brought me to the right place.
What's the passenger's name?
My instructions forbid me to say.
Maybe I could help if I knew who it was.
You've been very helpful already. My computer analyzed the transceiver in your temporal bone and found some interesting data files.
Those are encrypted files.
I found the keys some time ago. I will be using your eyes and ears to gather more data. As compensation, if you need a pilot for any reason, I will be available.
I don't like being spied on.
Your notions of privacy are old-fashioned. It was a love of privacy that brought on the collapse. A love of secrets, plans, and personal possessions.
I still don't like being spied on.
Perhaps I'm too aggressive, but a society in which everyone understands everyone else is something I think we all should strive for.
How about I bug your chopper and make this learning process go both ways?
Very soon we will be connected. A great advance will change what it means to be human, and there will be no further need to conceal information. But that world is not yet here. My chopper is ready when you are.
I'll check.
Alex D., you're the last one to arrive. I suppose that, like the others, you're after my laboratory in the gateway to J.C. Denton.
Your tracer, Tong.
I see that Dr. Nassif didn't exaggerate about your mental acuity. Yes, I'm Tong. I suppose you will be wanting some answers. You may have already guessed that your true name is Alex Denton.
Dr. Nassif was telling the truth. I'm a clone of J.C. Denton.
With a few postnatal recombinations, yes. But our work has moved away from clones.
So this gateway, I can use it to find J.C. Denton?
Yes. Beneath the ruins of the Black Gate, JC constructed a portal to his secret base in Antarctica. Only descendants of the Denton cell line can go through. However, the facility is already in the hands of the Templars.
Did the Templars use the portal? How could they unless one of the other trainees...
Unless the Templars have already convinced one of you to go through the gate and murder JC. Exactly. At a minimum, they have a highly placed spy who has torn apart our organization, starting with Chicago.
What else do you know about this spy?
Whoever it is also helped the Templars kidnap Her Holliness during a meeting with the Panzerworks Union. They are holding her at the Blackgate Laboratory. I'm going to give you a code to a secret entrance, which is in a room on the second floor of the East Tower, 2521. Look for a keypad hidden behind some crates.
For all you know, I'm a Templar myself.
Then Apostle Corps has already lost everything. Rescue Her Holliness. Save the summit for the sake of both factions. They will help you against the Templars. You will need the help of the WTO in order just a little while longer.
I understand.
Here's something to give you an edge. A biomod infusion. It isn't much, but it's all I managed to grab on my way out of the laboratory. The time is coming when you will have to choose sides, Alex.
I think I might be coming down with something.
Chairman Dumier of the WTO here. So you found that old fool Tracer Tong. I would like to know what you were talking about. Please report to the Trier SSC station.
I guess I scared that trespass. Passer off.
Gone. Wonder if I should report this. Trier's just been a circus lately.
Panzerworks finally reached their breaking point.
After all the equipment they wrecked and stole in the name of preserving the natural order, I do not understand why the WTO would agree to a summit with these freaks.
The order is not so aggressive in other cities. This Saman just went extreme on them.
That is why we had to do something. The summit is useless. We need to chase them out of Trier entirely.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but yes, I am tired of paying for their crimes. Every time they mess with the plant, it comes out of my paycheck.
The order. Tree-hugging pansies.
How are you?
Hello.
That riot was started by the workers, not the order.
The workers, they just want the production bonus. But now they get nothing because the secret sabotage has pushed them off schedule.
Panzerworks bonuses are an insult. The order is taking on the corrupt management on behalf of labor, hurting Nova, only damaging machines.
Seekers, or like sneakers.
A few extreme activists, that's all. Her Holliness came here to try to settle it peacefully, and Panzerworks responds by erupting into riots.
If SSC would have shut down the order months ago, there would be no riot. And we would not be living under lockdown now.
The summit meeting must be good for business.
It's a shameful distraction. A bunch of potentates whining and dining, plus they bring in their own coffee.
What about the press? The added security?
A big show to distract everyone from the fact that the system is broken. Both the Order and WTO. I filed a lawsuit under both jurisdictions, and all it's done is sit in a drawer somewhere.
Who are you suing?
Pequods. They run ads on the public terminal right across the street from my shop, and they don't even have a branch in Trier.
Is that illegal?
It's false advertising if the product doesn't exist, right? I would very much like to see the file they have in the evidence room at the SSC station. The suit was dismissed, but they won't tell me why. Oh, what I'd pay to know what's really going on. What I really hate are the negative ads, where they say Quickfix exploits workers and has germs in its product.
Hey, watch where you're going.
I have to live under curfew because a bunch of tree hookers will not leave the boat factory alone.
I heard that the summit has been delayed.
You must be private security for one of the factions.
Not exactly. Who wants to know?
Name's David Kurzek. These are dangerous times.
Is this a sales pitch? Why don't you get to the punchline?
I think we both know what we're talking about. I'm a representative of the Omar black market. I can arrange a meeting if you wish.
I didn't know the Omar employed non-cyborgs.
Normally I'm just a supplier, but with the summit happening, they need a rep who doesn't draw a lot of attention. Go to the abandoned Kuro shop above the Nine Worlds Tavern, a place called Durmier. I'll let the Omar know they should expect a customer.
So you're Mr. Kurzek. I've heard of your partner, Mr. O'Rourke, in Seattle.
He's not my partner anymore. We ran arms for a while, but then the Omar made a better offer.
I heard that the Omar put out a contract on him.
The Omar have a way of either absorbing or eliminating the competition. O'Rourke was dipping from the Emperor's well, or maybe I'd have brought him along. You're either on the team, or you're off the team. Know what I mean?
Sure.
The Omar moved into Trier a few months ago. I knew I had to adapt or get out of town.
Hi, I'm NG Resonance. Welcome, Alex D. Hey, you left New Cairo without seeing me perform.
Sorry, I had some business to take care of in Trier.
Just don't stand me up again. It's not very nice. So, you must be here for the summit.
In a manner of speaking.
Coy boy, what's the matter? Don't like talking politics?
There are some things I like to keep my own counsel about.
Let's hang out again sometime.
I think I might be coming down this substance. I wonder.
I tried to get corporate headquarters interested. What do you think happened?
The Omar moved into Trier a few months ago.
I have to live under curfew.
What I really hate are the negative ads, where they say Quickfix exploits workers and has...
The order. Triumphing fancies.
This is SSC headquarters for Trier.
The Nine Worlds...
So you want me to disarm?
No.
Here you go.
Thanks, your...
Your business is with the trader. I provide defense should the need arise.
Yes. It appears Kerzak has found us another customer.
Yeah, he told me where to find you.
And the Omar are grateful to you for your help in avoiding the Templar raid in Cairo.
I did what I had to do.
You will appreciate our merchandise. You are a welcome customer, having helped us in the past.
What are you selling?
I have a black market biomod canister. Enables non-piezochem functionality. If you choose this item, we will direct you to a drop site for it after you have paid. Or you could take 3 scrambler grenades which produce viral electronic transmission that affect bots and temporarily switches their alliances. And I also have 5 multi-tools used to bypass security devices like keypads, cameras and turrets, and to pick locks. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half market price.
I'll take the multi-tools.
An excellent exchange. Would you like?
The black market biome...
The drop site is the Blackgate Ruins, West Tower, top...
Got it.
An excellent
I am wondering what your intention might be.
Hello.
I heard that some of the striking workers broke into a meeting and kidnapped Her Holliness. Can you believe it?
Headquarters made it clear. No exceptions.
The commander can answer your questions.
Mr. Dumier will remain in the protected compartment for his own safety.
I heard about you guys. Some sort of special ops unit, I guess.
I talked to Tracer Tong. He says that Her Holliness is being held by the Templars.
Interesting. Is he sure? We've noticed some Templar activity on the north side of town.
The Apostle Corps laboratory is underneath the Black Gate. That's where she's being held.
I'm glad you are willing to betray Tong's confidence.
He said I should get your help. Perhaps we all have a common enemy now.
Not likely. Tong always has an ulterior motive, at least where I am concerned. You have my authority to attempt a rescue, but stay away from that old fool. He will lure you into the criminal underworld.
I'll keep that in mind.
Here's a key to the gate in the courtyard. Like I said, the facility is on the north side of the city. If anything happens to Her Holliness, I don't want to imagine what will become of the older church. Whatever its shortcomings, the church has at least brought stability to a large part of the world.
No distractions, please.
Trier's just been a circus lately. Ah! Trier's just been a circus lately.
How is it going?
He's here.
I can tell you what happened to your lawsuit.
You can?
Pequods and Queequegs are owned by the same people. It's one company. I saw the proof in the SSC evidence room.
I don't understand.
You're suing your own company, and the owners don't want the truth to come out in court.
You mean all of this, my business, the competition with Pequods, it's all some sort of fabrication?
Well, it's not unusual for a company to promote more than one brand of a product.
Unbelievable. They've deceived millions, hundreds of millions of people. We can't let them get away with this. Thank you. You saved me the hassle of hiring any more lawyers. I hope you'll accept a small reward.
I wouldn't stick my neck out if I was you. These are powerful people.
No. How can I knowingly work for an illegal monopoly?
If the parent company is WTO chartered, it probably isn't illegal.
So I just keep working here like nothing happened.
You're just one man. It's not wise to start a war before you know your enemy.
No wonder they fix prices at headquarters. They have a worldwide monopoly.
Panzerworks finally reached their breaking point.
Sorry. No access to the Black Gate without the proper clearance.
I talked to Chairman Dumier, and he gave me the key.
Then you're cleared to pass.
You may want to rethink travel in this area.
I can take care of myself. Why isn't SSC just getting rid of it?
We've got our hands full. Most of our guards are at headquarters providing security for the summit.
So you're just going to cede this territory?
We're waiting for reinforcements in our own mech detachment before we move in. This is way more firepower than we're prepared to deal with, especially with our resources focused at HQ. But if you can take care of a millbot on your own, be my guest. You're free to proceed. You're clear of that bot. Impressive work taking down that.
Clearly an
I'm
unworthy
gonna get
foe
you.
for a Templar. She's trying to be sneaky. I've still got some fight in me. I will not succumb.
Maybe Panzerwerks mechs aren't all they're cracked up to be. Now I can breathe a little easier.
I'm not playing.
Purity will prevail. Your time on this earth is limited, freak. You must have no idea who you're messing with. My little visitor seems to have moved along. No matter. This is it. Holy.
Another comrade lost.
I will keep this area secure. The button is shut down. That's strange. You must have no idea who you're messing with.
Whoever you are, you've made a bad mistake.
We
got to find those Omar and eliminate them. How dare they operate trade where we are strongest.
But I guess the rascal moved on.
I think I just saw... Hello? We're in the skull site! You can't sneak up on us!
Disturbance.
That's a strange sound.
Checking this out.
Right for you. I'll avenge your death.
Engaging target. Are you even trying?
This one's going to be close. You must have no idea who you're missing.
This one's mine.
Where did that little freak sneak off to?
Something.
I don't know where he is, but he'd better show up soon. The facility here is being raided by the Templars. So far we're holding our own, but I don't know how much longer that will last. This may be my last transmission.
That you will contaminate humanity no more.
just restored power to the experimental device on the lower level. Good, you're thinking ahead. But you'll have to come back later to bring it online. We don't know enough about it yet.
Repairing damage. Functionality restored. Initiating repairs. Repairs complete. Repairing damage. Functionality restored.
Are you Her Holliness? It's strange seeing you as just another person.
Yes, I'm just another ordinary human being like you. My name is Nicolette DuClare.
Chairman Dumier, the leader of your opposition, has taken a special interest in your safety.
The WTO wishes no harm to come to Her Holiness. This summit was to be an opportunity to soothe the tensions between our organizations and to root out the extremists causing trouble in Trier.
I'm impressed that you would protect the leader of your adversaries.
It's okay, Chief Morgan. We can tell him the truth.
The truth?
Alex, the WTO and Order are not as they seem. They are but different faces of the same organization, the Illuminati, an ancient secret society to which Chad and I are the heirs. My mother was the Illuminatus Beth DuClare. The WTO and Order are merely the tools Chad and I are presently using to elevate humanity to the next level.
I know, it's overwhelming. I've dedicated myself to the WTO only to find out it's just a myth they created.
If the WTO and Order aren't actually opposing entities, then what's the point of this summit?
The real opposition right now comes from the Templars, the militant anti-biomodification group. The summit was only a cover to justify our public presence in Trier. Our true goal was to investigate rumors of a Templar splinter cell within the Order.
And what did you find?
With the help of Agent Morgan, I learned that Lumenon Saman is the traitor. He has converted most of the Trier Shard to his extremist views, incited the riots, and has been stealing equipment from the Panzerworks factory.
Saman? He's behind this?
Yes, everything. My kidnapping, the disabling of the gate. He's taken a critical component from it, the sequencing module, to the Order Church in Rockstadt, where his group is headquartered. Once you get that module from him, you'll be able to use the gate.
Thank God she's all right. Thanks for taking down enough of those Templar outlaws to make it easy for my people to move in. Now let's follow up on what Her Holiness learned about Lumen and Saman. Go to the tavern and hire a pilot. If you would like a map of Saman's compound, report to the SSC station on your way across town.
Mr. Dumier sent me to safeguard Miss DuClare's return.
She's all yours.
Thank you. I will be assuming command of this facility. Your presence is no longer required.
Now that you know the WTO isn't what it seems, what are you going to do? Leave the organization?
I don't know. I'm still reeling from the shock. But somehow it's starting to make sense now.
Can you forgive them?
It does make me uneasy, finding out it's all a front. But I can also see what the Illuminati are trying to accomplish and why they must work in secret. I'll probably continue publicly working for the WTO, but with a new awareness of its true importance.
Report to Mr. Dumier.
I don't know what I'll finally decide about the WTO, but it's hard to pass up a chance to play a role in such a monumental project.
The WTO and Order are actually two branches of the same organization?
Precisely. We could never lead humanity as one monolithic force, at least not initially. The Illuminati have always worked in secret, and the WTO and Order are just two of our present facades.
But people dedicate their lives to these causes, and it turns out they're just your pawns?
Not at all. We are humankind's servants, not their puppeteers. We knew that human society could not respond to a single voice, so we engineered these organizations. With these fronts, we can optimally lead civilization toward a bright future.
Saman really is a Templar?
Unfortunately, yes. He has taken the Order's respect for nature and warped it into fanaticism. His quest for purity is just a euphemism for the extermination of modified individuals.
Surely the Illuminati can deal with a few crackpots.
Don't underestimate the Templars. Saman has amassed a great deal of support and resources for his cause.
When were you planning on telling the public about the WTO and Order connections?
When the time is right. Right now, the general populace simply isn't ready for this kind of information. At this stage, we're only telling select individuals in the higher echelons of each organization.
Then why are you confiding this in me?
Because you're an extraordinary creation, Alex. We've been watching your progress for a long time, waiting for this moment. We work in secret only because it best serves our purpose.
Leave me. Your presence is no longer required.
Are you another of JC's gone bad? We do not like the last one's questions. She works with these intruders, and now she's gone through the gate to our home in Antarctica.
You must mean Billy and the Templars. I guess she's already passed through this way. Did she take any Templars with her?
No, just her. Only JC's can use the gate. Apostle Corps even had to bring this one the long way. That control was to keep us all safe, but now that woman has turned wrong.
What does Apostle Corps need creatures like you for?
We were a VersaLife experiment. Then JC came and helped us. This one is here, away from all the eyes, to help with lab works. But then the Templars came.
I had nothing to do with the attack on this lab. I'm trying to get to JC myself. Can you tell me anything useful?
This one already told the other one from JC everything. Betrayal. This one was to be set free, but it was more lies and destruction. You must not betray. JC may be in danger already. Go away. Take the intruders with you. and the others. Go away.
Leave me.
I think these Templars are itching for a war.
Nothing to see here.
Impressive work taking down that bot.
This is SSC headquarters for Trier.
The commander can answer your questions.
I just wanted to give those order freaks what they deserve.
Your followers haven't expelled you yet?
Word is leaking out that Her Holliness and I have been secretly working together. I think we can spin that into diplomatic ties.
Or private negotiations. How does that sound, darling?
No need for people to have the perception that we started these organizations for some other purpose.
Unless somebody tells them.
I could tell them myself. They would think it was the same old story. The Illuminati secretly controlling the world. Who? Some might believe it, but everybody else would laugh in my face.
People want to believe certain things about their leaders. That's always been our key to power.
You said you had a map of the Templar compound.
Yes, of course. Here you are. Find the sequencing module. Go through the gateway to JC's sanctuary. We have our own interest in protecting JC Denton from the Templars.
I would think that you and Apostle Corps would be bitter enemies.
We are, but first the clam must give up its pearl. Good luck, Special Agent Denton. We will call on you when the time comes. In case you need a pilot to take you to the compound, the Nine Worlds Tavern is a good place to hire one.
That was a pretty low trick you played on the world, taking advantage of the collapse to seize power, and then deceiving people with a phony conflict between business and idealism?
No society is without this conflict. Our intention is to develop both principles and then integrate them into an open, secular society.
One puppeted by the Illuminati.
Our work has always done more good than harm. The collapse would have been far more devastating if Chad and I hadn't served the memory of my mother and of my family's history by rebuilding the Illuminati organization, which was nearly destroyed by MJ-12.
There was a time when we were the rebels. The older generation had failed us in so many ways. But now we see that the flaw was in their methods, not their intentions.
Their intention to disguise tyranny with so-called free institutions.
The average citizen in a society of billions is never free, whether because of tyranny or simply because of the contrast between his small size and the size of the government.
We plan to give people a sense of freedom and a prosperous world. In practical, historical terms, that's about as good as it gets.
Be there for us, Alex. The critical time is approaching. The old order is generally recognized as the high point of civilization. We simply want to revive it.
You grew up in hard times, Alex. Don't let that make you into a cynic.
Admirable job at the gate. I figured they'd bring in a specialist.
Trier's just been a circus lately.
We were only following Luminon Samon's directives. We had no idea.
The Nine Worlds.
So you want me to...
No.
Hey.
Thanks, your...
The whole reason I joined the Order was to get away from factory model thinking.
I found Her Holliness. Turns out she's Nicolette DuClare, an Illuminatus.
Of course she is. That was my precise purpose in sending you to save her, so that you would believe me when I say that we face a great danger. The Illuminati have been very successful at reshaping the post-collapse world. Control of our technology would allow them to create a hand-picked ruling elite.
How can they simultaneously support the ideals of the Order and the commercialism of the WTO?
The Illuminati have always sought just one thing: centralization. Centralization of wealth, power, and ideology. The implementation details are unimportant.
So they centralize wealth with the WTO and ideology with the Order. What about power?
That they hope to get from us. Work with our charming co-conspirators just a little while longer. When you have the sequencing module for the gate, you'll be free to contact JC on your own.
My chopper is ready when you are.
Not in...
My chopper... As you wish.
If Her Holiness thinks she can put us all into a great pre-collapse wealth-making machine, she's a god.
Oof.